We're back to part 2 of Allan Plays. The Game of Thrones RPG came out a few years ago, and yeah, I was having some control difficulties, exactly what it was. I had my joystick plugged in, and I was causing some strangeness. Now things seem to be working. So now I will see if I can remember my controls. I gained 100 experience, very exciting. Domination is my tree. Very powerful at that sort of stuff, character traits. I must have a journal. Go to Castle Black Training and field to train the recruits. Who all died that day, but back then. Also found an executioner's axe. And it's significantly more damaging, but it's an axe.
So, Celtigar, you were as excited as a virgin to see your hero behead that poor Gorold, weren't you?
Watch your tongue, peasant. Low-born scum like you often end up the same way.
Oh, just listen to him! Still with his milk teeth and he wants to roar. Who knows, you little shit? I may even have been the one to squirt you into your mother's belly.
One more word like that, and I'll send you back to the shit heap where you were born.
Interesting. This seems to be the internal monologue of what Morris is thinking, so Morris is going to show them who's in charge here.
Shut up. Knight or thief, you are all brothers now, and equal before the gods. You will fight only when I order you to.
Pardon me. My vows should be stronger than my roots.
Oh, indeed, my lamb. Here, you're officially brother to swine and rapers.
Since I must train you, I'll show you why you must stay united. Attack me, one at a time.
Tutorial time, I'm sure. So what do we got here? So health is up there. That's my energy. My active stance is domination. My action queue is empty. Click on the mouse button and allow to attack it. Yes, it reminds me a lot of like Dragon Age or Neverwinter or something, Baldur's Gate game, so I can pause the game. It actually keeps moving still in super slow motion. And I can use these abilities, so there's Devastation. So that's damage 1.3. Let's do this, damage 1.2. And I think he's wearing leather armor. Let's queue up that beast, and then we'll queue up this beast. And then we'll do a regular attack, so now we'll just watch it go. Oh, my dog is helping me out. Bring us up. What's this? I don't know what that one is. There's no tooltip for that one specifically. But I'll bring in this one again. Oh, it shows the energy use that I'll use. Oh, I think it's a potion. Not enough energy. Okay, and if you look in the upper left, you can see that how much energy I'll have left after performing a particular ability, so...
Patrick! Poddy, approach! Let me see what you're made of.
Use numpad 7 and 9 to change between targets. Green circle is selected target, red circle is target being attacked. So let's see here. Very nice. We'll charge forward with this. I'll finish off the bow wielder first. Now we open up with 3 power attacks on him. Oh, yeah, that does the 120-degree cone, so that's a good ability to use. Oh, he deflected that one. Let's see if we can cancel that. Still not quite enough energy for that. So what I'm going to do... Looks like Q and E also move left and right, which is handy. I'll switch to him. Because the goal here is I want to use this and hopefully finish both off. Huzzah!
At ease.
Unique camera, or combat mechanics.
Wars. We must speak. I've just returned from the infirmary with some very sad news. Maester Aemon could do nothing to save the boy. He has succumbed to his wounds. They were too grave.
I'm not a monster, though.
These are dark times for us.
Justice must be done, Moors, for the honor of the Night's Watch. Before he died, the boy had enough strength to give us the name of his tormentor. He is one of ours, Cregan.
Cregan? First Gorod deserts, and now one of our best veterans betrays his vows?
You know what I expect from you, Moors. Cregan is leading the Western Patrol. They left this morning.
I will leave immediately. Shall I take the new brothers with me to track down Cregan?
They may still smell like summer, but I need them to learn how to patrol the wall. On the other hand, you'll have to do without Patrick. The builders need him.
All right, Jaw. Cregan certainly is a big fellow.
I know. He's almost as good a fighter as you. Do not endanger your new brothers too much. We're too short of men to waste them. If you hurry, you should be able to catch up with him in the ruins of the Icemark Fort.
Understood.
One final thing. I received a raven bearing news that concerns you. A knight in the service of the King's Hand is riding towards Castle Black. He is coming especially to speak to you.
The Hand of the King, eh? I wonder what he wants with me.
I was actually hoping that you could enlighten me on that matter.
My life belongs to the Night's Watch, Jaw. I left the Game of Thrones behind long ago.
So be it. May the gods speed you.
Listen here, you crows. We meet at the West Gate and leave within the hour.
Patrick, Benjen spoke of several weak spots along the wall. I need men I can rely on. When will you be ready to leave?
Straight away, Lord Commander. Just give me a moment to have a bite. I'll grab me things.
New codex entries? How do I get to the... there we go, codex. That's for characters. So yeah, if you're interested in learning more about the lore of the world, this game will be really good for that. Let's do some brief exploring. It seems like I have a little bit of time for that. What is this fellow? How do I interact? Oh, just click on him, not his logo. So that's everything that I'm wearing. I actually have no money, although it's the Night's Watch. Looks like I can get a lot of stuff for free. Because they just get me stuff, which makes sense, I guess. I don't care about the Executioner's Axe. I feel a little dirty selling it. Assuming I can. Maybe I'll right-click on it. Yes! I don't use axes. They're blunt, crude weapons. Prefer the elegant swords.
What's his name?
Satyagar?
That's the one. You'd better watch his back.
I like how his head or his body's just chilling there. The Common Hall.
If you want some, you'll have to ask me nicely.
Does look awfully tasty. Oops.
Wild Springs have been quiet. The men are bored, so they're raising hell.
Morth!
What do you want of me, Walder?
I have finished restoring the statuette that you entrusted me with just before you left to track down Gorold.
Really? Let's have a look.
I must say it was a true pleasure. Brothers normally ask me to paint them a pretty woman with big teats and spread legs. But I must say that this is a little more original. I realize we aren't the best of friends, but this statue is a work of art. I hope I treated it with the attention it deserved. I'm rather proud of my work. I returned it to its original colors, and it looks like new.
It's beautiful work, Walder. I have never seen such a striking likeness of the warrior. It's as if you have given him life.
It would appear the frost has not completely eaten away my hands. I hope you don't regret the price you paid for this job.
Not at all. This statue is worth more than you can imagine.
True. Actually, I have a vague idea of it. I've already seen this kind of work in the past, but only once, at the great Sept of Baelor of King's Landing. I recall legends telling of statues made by the first disciples of the Seven, when they still strode the hills across the narrow sea. They were carved into a star that the Seven had torn from the heavens. These statues depicted the true face of the gods, just as they were when they showed themselves to the Andals.
And it is said that the Andals' greatest heroes carried them off when they snatched Westeros from the first men and the ancient gods.
How could a man such as yourself find himself in possession of such a precious object? I've never taken you to be such a devout man.
This statuette of the warrior has always belonged to my family, as far back as the bloodline stretches. It is because of this that he walks alongside us. Have you heard of the Battle of the Field of Fire?
Ah, now there's another great tale. At the time of Aegon the Conqueror's conquest, the Lannister king and the King of the Reach united their forces to fight the Targaryen and their dragons.
This is not just any old tale. This battle really took place, and it was the greatest massacre in the history of the Seven Kingdoms. On that day, more than 4,000 knights perished in the fire of those three great dragons. Amory Westford, my ancestor, fought under the colors of the lion, as is our duty. When the shadows of the dragons blotted out the sky, and their fire engulfed both men and beasts, he prayed for his life, as he had never done before. He swore then, on his immortal soul, that he would search for and gather all seven, collecting the 6 other statues which accompany the warrior. Amory survived, and he set about his quest to give thanks to the seven. He never succeeded, and our bloodline inherited his oath.
I imagine that faith comes more easily when one rushes into the jaws of such monsters. It's a beautiful tale all the same. You know, I could maybe help you keep this ancient promise, Morse.
Let's just say that I'm interested. What do you hope to gain from it?
Sometimes it's pleasing to be able to work on something just because it's beautiful, Morse. What I want is to finish what I've begun, before I'm judged by the Father.
Would you do it for free?
I've not taken so much joy in anything since I chose to take the black, and you know how important the faith is to me. If I could help you accomplish this sacred vow of your ancestors, I'd be paying homage to the gods for all their graces.
And how would you do that?
This statuette, it was created to be part of the group of 7.
Yes, we already spoke of it.
Wait, you don't understand. I've studied it closely, and I can tell you it was made to be bonded to other objects carved from the same strange rock. Probably a bracelet or an amulet that the Andal warriors bore, like the 7-pointed star they carved into their chests. I believe I'm capable of reconstructing such a work. More than 4,000 years after its imagining, it would be magnificent.
Truly a wonderful dream, Walder. But finding the other 6 gods would prove very difficult. And even if I did, imagine their state.
I can restore them, just as I brought the warrior back to life for you. These statuettes are not unique, though extremely rare. I told you I remember seeing 3 whole sets in the Great Sept of Baelor.
You speak of a world which is closed to us, my brother.
I'd be happy to share this dream with you. If you ever manage to lay your hands on another of these precious relics, I doubt it would be in good repair. But I can restore all their beauty for you.
I thank you, Walder. Indeed, your help would be invaluable to me.
Truly? Well, all that remains for me is to pray to the 7 that they finally bestow their kindness upon you, Morse.
We have what remains of our lives to find out.
May the warrior guide your arm, and the crone light your way.
And may the Father forgive you for everything else.
You're bloody right there, brother.
So yeah, I think because I have a quest outside, so that's the... Hello? Bueller? Bueller?
It's Morse's dog, and Morse does what he likes.
Seems Mormont wants us to retake Icemark.
Aye, that's an old story. The old man.
It's because the wild things frozen in the ice of the wall. They're leftovers from the time when there was...
All this stuff looks far too expensive for me. As is all this stuff. Guessing the game would like me to start off with the tutorial gear. Looks like armor gives me health.
Another patrol has gone missing. And not just any patrol. Will and Garrett were amongst them. Yes, but after that...
Hey guys, each of the doors into the keep have a marker for... There's a side quest there. There's the like 700-foot tall ice wall.
Pray excuse me, Sir Mors. I would like to ask you a few questions, if you have the time.
Go ahead and ask.
Here at Castle Black, the brothers tell many tales about you. They speak of the legendary battles you fought before joining the Night's Watch, and about how you earned the name the Butcher, faced with the barbarians from beyond the wall.
The wildlings? Just what do you think you know about them, lad?
I heard that they're bloodthirsty barbarians who worship the White Walkers and mate their women with the others. They sometimes try to claw their way over the wall to steal our women and destroy our land, thirsting for our blood.
And if they were here, their eyes would launch showers of lightning to make the Night's Watch tremble, and balls of fire would fly from their asses. It's shit. The wildlings are a real danger. However, they are normal men, like any other, which is exactly why they are such a threat. They attack when they're hungry, or when their balls are too full. There's nothing more dangerous than a hungry man.
To be starving and ready to do anything to survive. I've been there. That's why I ended up here.
Enough talk. Listen, Kragan is well liked by his men. He's a good leader. They may not take kindly to us going after him. Be ready for anything. If there's trouble, stay together. Keep an eye on the brother fighting by your side, and all should be fine.
By the Seven, I hope that it won't come to us fighting our own brothers.
What? You're not from a fighting family, Pod? Oh, it feels just like home to me.
Kragan could have gotten away with a stint in prison and a whipping for the rape. But now that the boy is dead, once I've told him what he's accused of, he'll know that he has nothing left to lose. You can never tell how a person will react when they've come to the end of their rope.
The villain will be as desperate as a cornered animal.
Remember that this villain is easily worth 10 of you, Celtigar. We are tracking him down because he broke his oath, and he will be judged for it. But never forget that he served the Night's Watch for close to 20 years.
I won't underestimate him, Sir Mors.
Well then, get ready.
Ah, here we go.
Is there nothing left alive along the wall?
I'm so cold. It's even worse than I'd imagined. I can't feel my feet anymore.
Silence. It's still summer, and this is as warm as it will ever get at the wall. The cold keeps you awake, and walking keeps you warm. So march on.
Two weapon sets, eh? I don't know if I still had the axe, I could actually experiment with that, but... No, I think I used my potion. Ruh-roh. Morris doesn't mess around.
This is not a good sign. They never move alone. We've rarely seen these dogs so close to Castle Black. And Kragan's patrol should be here already. We need to find out more.
But there are only 4 of us. Could there be more of them?
4 brave sworn brothers of the Night's Watch.
You wanted action, right? Well, this is it. So stop whining.
It's madness, Sir Mors. We don't know how many there are.
Well, now there's one less.
I'll make a quick cut here.